I have section 1, set up reserves and interlibrary loan. A, setting up patron types and designators. That's what I'm about to explain to you right now. The first thing you need to do is make sure that you log on to Destiny as an administrator or a site administrator or the district patron manager. That's the way that you'll be able to access these levels. Once you've done that, you're going to select Back Office up here on the top tab. Click on it. Then you'll click on Manage Patrons. Once you've done that, you will type in their last name. For example, I just typed in the last name Kelly, and I picked Search. Once I've done that, let's pretend like this is the patron that I'm looking for. I will click Edit. Once I have clicked Edit, I will go down to the patron type. If I need to change this from not being a student to a faculty member, I can change it this way. If I needed to change the access level, I can change it to patron, library administrator, any of these. Once I have, for example, if I change it to, we'll say principal, since I picked faculty, then I would click Save to make sure I have now updated who it is, the patron type, as well as the designator, what it's allowed. And the access level that it's allowed is the principal's access level. And then I clicked Save. The next part of this section is creating and importing patron records. To do this, if I wanted to create a patron record, I would once again go to Back Office where I'm at and Manage Patrons, which is where I'm at as well. I would add New Patron over here and click on that. Then I would fill in all the information of this new patron in order to create a new record for this patron. Once I've done that and I've also specified the patron type and the access level, I would then click Save. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to import a record. You're going to go to Back Office, Import Patrons. Then you would either compare a barcode or patron ID because you want to make sure that they don't match with a current person that's already in your library. So if there is no match found, then you'll add a new patron record and move the unused identifier to the district ID. If an incoming patron record does find a match, you can skip the incoming patron record, you can merge the incoming patron record with the existing record, or you can replace the existing patron record. And you do that by pressing Browse and selecting a file that you need to import. Once you've done that, you'll click Import Patrons, and you'll stay on that page until the request has been submitted. And once it appears it has been submitted, then you can continue to use Destiny as normal. To update a patron record, you're going to go to Back Office. Click on Update Patrons. Now there's several ways that you can update depending on what you're wanting to do. For example, if you wanted to update on an individual patron, you would place it on individual patron. You can change their defines. You can change the language, Lexile, graduation year, grade level, homeroom, card expiration date, currently teaching status, patron status, and access level. You can change multiples of these at one time. And then once you've done that, you would click Update Patron. Of course, you would type in the patron that you're updating as well. Now, let's say I wanted to update a patron based on a list of barcodes. So I would type in the certain barcodes, and then I would pick which fields I want to update with those barcodes. Once I've done that, I can also select a file that I would want to select a barcode file in order to update as well. And then I would click Update Patrons. Maybe there was a global criteria. For example, if I wanted to update a graduation year, I would click graduation year and I would change it to 2017. Then I would change who. Is it a homeroom level that I'm doing? Is it patron status? Is it Lexile measure? And then I would pick who it was, faculty or student. Once I've done that, then I would click Update Patrons. The last way that I could update is just a list of patrons that I wanted to do. So I type in a list of patrons, select them, and then I would change what field I want to update on them. Once I've done that, I would once again click Update Patrons. To delete patrons, I'm going to go to Back Office, Manage Patrons, search for the patron that needs to be deleted. If I need to search for patrons at other sites, I would select Search Across the District in the checkbox, if that's available on your system. Once I've done that, I'd click Enter and search. In the search results, I would find the patron's record. So let's say this is the patron I'm looking for, and I would click Delete. Once I click Delete, there should be a confirmation message that appears that says yes. I would click Yes to confirm it. Okay, I want to go and assign passwords and patron numbers. So to do this, I would go to Site Configuration, Circulation at the top, and I'm going to scroll down to where it says Patrons, and you're going to check the box that says Allow patrons to create their username and password. Once you've done that, then you're going to click Save. Next, you're also going to select Back Office and go to Access Levels. You're going to select the appropriate access level that you want to edit. So for our example, we're going to do Patron. Once we've done Patrons, I'm going to also click Patrons here at the top. Then I want to select Able to create own login and modify password. So when I'm looking on here, I'm going to look down here at the bottom, and I want to make sure that this box is checked. If I don't want users to manage their own login names and password, I want to make sure this checkbox is not selected. Once I've done this, then I would click Save. Okay, now I'm going to be reserving materials online. To show you how to do that, I'm going to click on Circulation. I'm going to click on Holds. I'm going to type in a patron's name. Click Go. Locate that patron. And then I'm going to add hold. Once I've done that, I can search the book either by title, author, keyword, or barcode. Let's say I'm looking for a title on bears. I can search it My Library, or I can search it Others. Right now I'm going to be doing My Library. Then I'm going to click Go. Let's say this is the book that I want to put on hold. I will click Hold It. Once I've done that, I will click Save. Also, prior to clicking Save, I could also decide if I wanted to have it as soon as possible, or if I want it reserve it for a certain date. Then I can select the date, and I can pick from a calendar what I need it from and the dates that I need it from. Once I've done that with this calendar, I would then click Save. Doing interlibrary loans with the automation system, this is how I'm going to do that. First, I'm going to go to Circulation. Then I'm going to go to Holds. I need to reset from where I was last time. I'm going to go to Holds. Then I'm going to find a patron. Select Go. Pick that patron. Add hold. Now when I search here, this is when I'm going to search at all participating libraries to find the title. Then I'm going to click Go. Once I've done that, I'm then going to find the book that I want, click Hold It, and once again I can decide whether I want it as soon as possible or if I want to reserve it for a specific date. Once I've done that, then I'm going to decide how I want it delivered. If I want it as soon as possible, or if I want to place it at a certain school for it to be delivered. I can ship it, I can unassign it, or I can have a patron come pick it up. Once I've done that, then I would click save. Okay, we're now going to do a quick assessment on all of the following items that I went through today: the setup, reserves, and interlibrary loan. The first one was setting up patron types and designators. What did you do first? First, you go to back office, manage patrons, select a patron that you're looking for, search. Once you've done that, you're going to edit the patron, and you're going to select the patron type or access level. Once you've done that, you're going to click Save. Okay, quick review for creating patron records. Back office. Where do I go now? Yep, that's correct. I'm going to go to Add New Patron. Once I've done that, I want to fill in all or the most information that I can, and you need to make sure that you fill in the ones that have asterisks by it. Those are the most important as well. Importing patron records. Where do I go first? That's correct. Back office. Then I'm going to look on these tabs over here. If I'm importing, I'm going to go to, import patrons. I'm going to compare, make sure the barcode or patron ID doesn't match a certain patron ID already that's in my system. If there is no match, right here, you're going to move it to the identifier to the district ID. If there is, then you're going to, if there is a match, if there's an incoming patron record does not find a match, then you're going to skip the incoming, merge it, or replace it, and then you're going to use the browse to import that file. Once you've done that, click this, and you are done. Okay, now let's say that you need to update a patron record. Where are you going to go first? That's correct. Back office. Then where are you going to go? Update patrons. Once I've done that, I can decide if I want individual, barcode, global, or list of patrons. I can change the fields or a certain patron, individual, and I can pick all of these deciding on how I want to search, and then you click Update Patron. If I want to delete the patron, I'm going to manage patron, type in the patron's name, search, and I can click delete right here. Alright, now I want to assign passwords and patron numbers. Where do I need to go? That's correct. You're going to go to back office. You're going to go to where, site configuration. Where am I going next? Somewhere up here. Circulation. Then I'm going to select the allow patrons to create their user name. Where do I find that under? Patrons. Very good. And you're going to make sure that box is selected. Once you've done that, you're going to click what? Save. Next, I'm going to go to the back office for access levels. In the access level, I'm going to select the appropriate access level to edit. So my example we used was what? Patrons. I'm going to click on that. Once I've done that, I'm going to scroll to the bottom right, because what's going to come over here once I click patrons? That's correct. I want to be able to create my own login and password. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to make sure this box is checked. And then I always click Save. Reserving materials online. You're going to go to Circulation, Holds, type in the patron's name, go, click the patron, add hold, pick the title in your library, go, select it, and hold. You're going to be doing the same thing if I wanted to do interlibrary loan, except this time I would do participating libraries. Put the title and click go. Find it, put it on hold, and then you click save. These are all ways that you can set up, reserve, and do interlibrary loans in this section 1. Thank you.